I've never seen this other livery. Somebody. Clifford. Hello, Bose the boy.
Hello, hello. How's it going?
Going well in my
Hello.
day.
Good to hear.
I need to shut off a bunch of echoes. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
That was,
Hi, Chris.
that was me. It wasn't an echo.
No, I have. I've still got. So I'm going to do this. All right. So good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, good day, good tidings of great joy. I wasn't sure if anybody was hearing me earlier. I was talking to the stream. Just get loaded back in. Pick a different delivery here. Just because I can. There is a plan. Everybody have the plan?
The flight plan?
Yes, you did know there was a plan, right? There is a plan.
Oh,
And I don't know if you can see it, and I don't know without the helicopter if you can. I don't think you can see it unless you're on the helicopter. But I'm donning a new livery today. Let's see, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at that. Pretty close. Anyway, a couple minutes. So I have yet another Iceman livery I can choose from.
oh, that's nice.
This one has a nice wallpaper, including the World Tour logo and the bucket. And
Oh,
yes, we have a bucket. We have a chosen graphic for the bucket,
finally.
which is a great thing. Yes, yes, I've chosen a bucket. It won't show on the first livery. I haven't asked. I could probably send the graphic to Zach, but I don't. I really don't want to insult him. He did me a great favor by creating the very first livery for Iceman. And kitten rescue, kitten rescue. That sounds like my kind of person there. Welcome to the stream. Are we both ready?
I'm still trying to load it in the game. I had some troubles with my yoke, so I had to restart the game again. And
Have you been eating eggs? No, he said he's got a problem with his yoke.
Me neither. Chris, Chris, you have to open this a little bit more.
You said you had a problem with your yoke, didn't you?
I did.
I didn't hear him say that. So, Chris, is that you sitting next to me?
Bear with me, I'll tell you. Oh, yeah, I'm on the right-hand side of you. There's a plane in between us. Well, there is on my screen anyway.
Okay, there's not one on my screen.
Yeah,
That's Iceman down the end.
yeah.
Oh, I see. No, you're down the end, right? There is a plane in between us. Yes, you're way down the end. I was thinking the other guy next to me was you, but it's not.
Yeah, I had a moment of weakness and bought a 182 turbo.
Oh.
It's kind of just, you've got what, the 150, the 172, and the 182. The 182 is a Skylane. Do you remember the old Microsoft, like 5.1, where you have the Skylane?
He's absolutely right. I have absolutely no sound. I'm not in the mode that I intended on. And all I should have to do it should be right there, I think. Well, I hope this works. Sure hope this works. But no Discord. Discord, say something, because I thought I had that set too. Discord's on. And Discord should be coming through the game card. Are you sure you don't hear Discord? Let me make sure Discord's on the computer. That's easy enough too. Discord, going straight to, you're right, no Discord. Goodness, I'm just a mess today. I am just a mess. There's Discord. Discord, say something so my friend Ricardo can hear you.
Hello, Ricardo.
Hello.
You know, it's hard to keep track of all of the audio and video settings needed on any given day. If I'm using Discord on the laptop, it's different. What do you got now, Ricardo? Tell me. Did you hear Discord? I can check that, but you guys will hear an echo when I do it. Yeah, okay. He heard yous. He heard yous. That's what I thought it should have been, but it wasn't set up right. I got it. So we're all straight and ready to roll, and got a nice little new overlay to look pretty on the stream. I actually figured out how to put it on top so that the rest of my camera doesn't quite show. I need to move that camera up just a hair, actually. Oh. No way to check these things. So we are going to start from the other end down here, Bozeta. It looks like everybody's gathered all the way. Oh, you spawned back in over here. Okay, I see you. Good job. I get some morning before screenshots. Get parked over here where you guys are. In a nice, neat line. Oh, how pretty. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Who, me? No way.
I don't know if that was you or not. But I know I'm going to take a couple of... Yeah, I went too far forward, but that's okay. Let's see, this could be a good shot. Very nice. Oh yeah. Every bit of it. And it looks like Rafferty is going to fly with us. They stayed on the tarmac. I don't know if they're in Discord. I'm muted on one computer in Discord, and I'm hot and happy on the other one. Very strange indeed. Why does that plane... You know, the pink smoke, I didn't know if you knew, though, but Truck Matt had it also earlier in his Beechcraft. Let's see.
All right.
And someone who cares a little says he can see on our stream that you're blowing purple smoke. And my comment was that Truck Matt was blowing that very same purple smoke earlier.
What, and I'm blowing it now, am I?
That's what yes, I could see in my stream, that's what it's showing, is you're blowing purple smoke.
How strange.
Oh, kind of cool, though. Like I said, Truck Matt was doing it earlier, I noticed, but I couldn't talk to him, so. Okay, let's see.
I will get the mechanic to look at it when we land.
Roger that. Okay, maybe, no, that's not working here. Oh, come on. Oh, worst. Okay, I blew the camera all the heck. See if we get it back. Almost perfect. Just gonna do this. Well, not quite perfect. Shit, Lance, this is tough sometimes. Are we ready? It's 5 minutes after, isn't it?
Well, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Ready, Rogers.
Eh,
Ready, Rogers. Let's do something about the next leg of the world tour. Says, Truck Matt is a man of silky underwear and peace pipes. You got a peace pipe, Truck Matt?
No.
No peace pipe. Hey, good to have you with us today, by the way. Appreciate you joining. Always a pleasure to have you with us. And you have to, Truck Matt, you'll have to go back and view our VODs, videos of the day, later, and see the comments that get made in the chat. It's interesting. Dwarven Egg Official. Good afternoon. Let's see if I can do a shout out for you real quick without crashing. Oh, or without crashing into Bozeta Boy. You know, I have your livery, by the way. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, is anyone else seeing that boat on the runway? Or am I the only one?
A boat on the runway?
Yeah, it just saved from the water straight on the runway.
You know, I don't see a boat on the runway.
Okay, well, I have a boat on the runway, so be careful.
Well, let me get this shout out done. Enjoy a short clip from one of Dwarven Egg Official's streams. Go.
We're waiting.
I'm good to go.
who's in front of me? I don't know who it is, but he's not going.
He's been here a while. You probably ought to go around him. He doesn't seem to be listening. Maybe if I run down the runway, he'll get a hint. Yeah, just take off in front of him, Chris. That's a better idea. He'll get the hint when he sees everybody. Maybe he's not in the room right now or didn't, know exactly. I tried to make it clear about 5 minutes after. But let's give him a hint, and we'll proceed on the 44 leg of the World Tour in the H145, of course, and others. And I'm just following Chris out just to keep us in a tight formation if I can. We lost control, and I want to say this with everybody, listening, and even on the stream. It's okay, I think. We lost control, and I say I lost control on Sunday's flight. We had an issue where a gentleman came in and advertised for his upcoming event, which was great, but the conversation went deeper than that. We need to try to I fight every day. You guys know very well me putting in my biblical 2 cents. But when it comes to politics, it's the same kind of thing. We lost at least 2 viewers during Sunday's flight because of that one conversation. And I just hope that we would, try to keep, as we try to keep it PG all the time. I appreciate that, but we do need to try to keep politics out of Hype's servers, and that's a Hype. We all agree to that when we come in on the Hype servers, that we'll try to get along peacefully, and that's part of it. So I just I felt compelled to say that with at least us present, and appreciate it. Humans are so silly. I went deeper. So, yeah. He says I went on a ramp. Did I go on a rant? I'm done with my rant.
No, I heard the conversation going on. I just didn't know what to say, really. It was just got a bit deep.
No, I caught it right off where it was going, why it was going there, and how far it could go. And I should have. It was mine. It was my call. I was on the flight, as everybody else was, and nobody said anything offensive, or anything like that. It's not even that. It's just we've got a variety of a lot of different types of people on these flights. We have one common bond, and that's the simulator and the beautiful views that we can attain in flight around the world. But it's more than that. We've got a social network that we've built. You build it, they will come, right, Chris?
Yeah.
And
definitely.
by doing that diversively and inclusively, purposefully asking people with diverse natures to join us. By doing that, we've opened ourselves to having to be considerate, whereas any other ideals are concerned. I mean, I don't get your British humor. You know that. But we've conquered that because we know that about each other, right? I've got a dry truck driver humor, and that's why I don't think I'm much of a personality to be doing these things in the first place. But everybody's different is what I was trying to get at. Anybody viewing the stream, look at my new livery. ICE333 all over it. Got the World Tour logo, the bucket, right there on my wallpaper, and the hype seal. I hope he got permission to place that on my wallpaper. That's okay. So can build all white men to control the world is freaking sick, he says.
Hey, how are you guys? Mind if I join?
Not at all. Spawn right in. We've really only got one middle airport. It's probably quite a ways from us right now. Huh?
I just took off as well from the airport.
Good.
Go ahead.
Good. Then you're right behind us. Great. We don't go very fast, about 120 knots, about 100 over the ground sometimes.
Anyway, how's delivery? Just tell me.
Oh, is this Clifford?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I love it. I was just talking about it. If you look at the Twitch stream, I'm flying it now. In fact, I have not looked closely at the outside.
Yeah, if you want any changes, just tell me.
Well, I think the bucket turned out great. I'm tickled by all of it, really. It's got the ice bucket label across it. It's hard for me. I'm not sure how to zoom correctly with this. There's got to be a control. No, that didn't do it. Shift. No, that.
I'm glad you like it. But,
I do.
If you want any changes, just message me
You know I will. I've got a couple of things I'm gonna ask you about. The logo behind on the wallpaper.
Yeah.
Is the hype logo? You took a hype logo.
Yes.
That was not on. Is that now a part of the logo? Which is okay if you got.
Remove it if you want.
Okay, can we move that up just slightly and maybe put the bucket underneath one wing? Probably the other wing because it's got more space over there.
On the right? On the right?
Yeah, and that way,
Ah,
the blue background and the hype label won't interfere with the icons underneath it.
okay.
Just move it up a little bit, and that would be perfect. I mean,
Okay.
that's
I can
so
do that.
sweet. Clifford, I appreciate everything you've done on
No
this.
problem, sir.
I love it. I love it. The luxury edition, that's what I'm flying now. And I do. I love it. It's great. Just
Just glad to help anybody, especially when you're streaming. Glad to be of help. Really.
it was very nice, and I'll mention you every time I fly it. I love the wallpaper, and we talked about a picture. I've got a picture of my daughter we can put in on the console in the center, uh, but it's not necessary. The logo is better because when I don't know if you're looking at the stream, but when I shut the everything down, and I should do this way, and got a floater.
Unfortunately, I cannot use that fiber, carbon fiber that was
Oh, I
used in
understood.
your
Yeah,
livery.
yeah. No, I wouldn't want you to make any options that he included in the other livery, and I can't. Again, Zach really honored me by even putting that together. 30 years, I've never had a livery of my own, so this
That's
this just
it's
makes
not.
me so happy.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it, but it's nothing, man. Anytime, if you have guys in the Discord, if you want as well, then just message me. I love doing it.
Well,
You have seen my
that
livery
sounds
flying.
like an open offer. If anybody has personality traits or things like, if you got your own bucket, Bozeta, you might talk to him about putting it on your aircraft. He asked me when we did this that what aircraft I wanted it on. So this has been great. Open offer, Clifford.
Well, a bucket wouldn't be bad.
You know, to have your own livery, Bozeta.
That would be cool.
Wouldn't that be cool? You'll have to
Oh
talk.
yeah.
You'll have to talk to Clifford. He does it at work on his spare, doing not much of anything. What do you do? Are you a security guard or what do you do, Clifford?
No, sir. I work in the Middle East at the moment. I'm working on a hospital, but usually we don't have too much working loads. Usually, I have my game installed at work, so yeah, I can test it there. I can make it there as well. So
I
during my
roger
spare
that.
time, instead of just sitting, then I just do my thing.
Well, that's great. I really, like I said, I really do appreciate it. I got two distinctly different liveries, and plus now the luxury version that I'm flying today on top of all that. So, you guys are great. I love it.
I'm using the military version at the moment. Your livery.
I'm like I said, I just got what I was considering was the final version because I didn't. You know how I am. I don't want to ask you to do any more.
No,
It's
it's
great.
okay.
It's great. I'm loving every minute of it, and it's not
I love
even.
it when you. I love it when you have input as well. So,
Well,
uh,
I've not been bashful about telling you about these things. Like I said, the blue on the wallpaper, is just a little distractive on that one row of icons. And if it could
yeah,
just come up two icons and move the bucket down, that'd be even perfect. I mean, just really perfect. Can't thank you enough, Clifford.
don't worry about it, sir. No problem.
Sure appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna slow down a little because I have about over speed here. The mappings on my mouse are just hard to find a good click spot. I'm back down to about 130 over the ground, Chris.
Yeah, it's the first time I've flown this properly, so apparently it's got an altitude of 20,000, so I'm just putting that to the test for a minute.
Uh-huh. You didn't know, unless you viewed the video, and I think I took a video. I may not have. I ran the Himalaya route the other day and completed it from Lukla, or from the airport below Lukla. Flew into Lukla first, and touched down there and left. Went on to around the mountain, and come back to, I think, Paro.
Yeah, that was the route. Yeah, did you stay under 20,000?
I got 24,000. I actually got 26 out of the aircraft at one point, but I didn't need it. It was one of those moments that I turned away in the snow blinds. I didn't realize I was gaining altitude, and I was there before I realized it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So basically then, you're gonna need an aircraft that's gonna do 25, 26,000, aren't you?
Like I said, I got 24 and I didn't need it. Or no, I got 26, but I pushed it there. But I had 24, and I think that was covering it, if I recall. Any way you look at it, I made the flight without any issues. Let's see, alternate F4 to see the tail. Alternate F4. Is that what it is? If you turn now,
Don't Alt F4.
That's what I was saying. That stopped that. I know better than that, Ricardo. What are you doing? Do you need me to ban you? I will. I even you're a VIP. Do you want to see everybody get? Do you want everybody to see a VIP to get banned? You make me push alternate F4, and I'm gonna come find you. That was mean. You've done that before. Once before you did something like that under another guy's. So we've discovered who someone who cares a little is. He revealed himself the other day. So there's no more secret to that. I'm full aware of. So he knows I'm kidding. That I wouldn't ban him from the server. I gave him VIP. He was one of the first VIPs I made on Discord, just because he was a lot of help to me right to start with. Okay. You can't Alt F4 to see the tail. Come in and chew me out. You're deaf and dumb right now. Come in and chew me out in Discord and tell me I'm wrong. Oh, my camera is just wrong. Okay, it's got. Maybe I knocked the whole thing out. Am I even going the right direction anymore? My navs have been off for a while. So this is a German word, I think. Seltenreich?
Sounds it.
Did I speak it right? Did anybody see it on the disc on the Twitch server? Seltenreich? It's not
9.
So 9? You know better?
No, I'm just saying I didn't see it.
Oh, but you're saying it was wrong. It may well be. That's what I was saying. I really don't know. Well, I need altitude and my. Quit your dinging. Trying to keep it under and out of the red. Alternate F4 to see the tail.
Any of you guys flown the Cessna Longitude?
I have a longitude.
Couple of times, yeah.
Yeah, I flew it for the first time yesterday. I'm quite impressed. I think I'll be flying that a little bit more.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Especially being default aircraft.
Yeah, definitely. It just is crying out for the G3000, or sorry, the G5000 from Working Title.
There's Mad Max. Joined us on the left over there. I think I saw him on the world map earlier.
Yeah, that's me,
Yeah, that's which one?
Clifford.
Clifford? Okay, that's right. I remember that now. Thank you. I didn't know you were flying with us, Clifford.
Yeah, this airport I just take off from used to be a military base, U.S. military base.
That's right. You're from the Philippines, Roger. It's difficult sometimes, and I hope you don't take any offense. My mind doesn't remember these things anymore. A lot of people from all around the world join us. It's really amazing sometimes, but it's hard to sometimes remember who everybody was. Of course, everybody knows Bozeda's Finnish. I mean, you can just tell.
That's good to know.
No. And who wouldn't know that Chris is Irish? I mean British.
Bloody Canadians.
The gentleman from the Philippines, where was he from in the Philippines?
And I'm from the northernmost part of the Philippines. There's one, it's called municipality. The more northernmost tip of the map from this main island.
And it's on the Big Island, right?
It's just a few hours away from that airport we are going to land to.
Oh, okay. So we'll probably be there tomorrow, or are we going through there?
The next trip maybe. On your next trip maybe you can.
Have you looked at the calendar?
I'll try to come and join you guys on your next.
Because I think we're going from tomorrow's flight, I think, if I recall correctly, tomorrow's flight, we're going into China.
Yeah, tomorrow we're into China tomorrow.
Right. So, if we haven't included your area, boy, this is late notice. I've already posted calendar for into the first of next month, and out of China. Say again.
Are we going to Fort Nagasase?
No, we're going 2 spots in China. We're going to hit.
No, here in the Philippines right now.
Oh.
So, one stop is at Fort Nagasase.
Okay, if you say so. I'd have
I don't
to.
know if.
Okay, let me look. Let me look. I have Sangli to San Fernando, and then that's Romeo Papa Uniform Sierra, and then the final stop is Liaug International at our Romeo Papa Lima Ike.
What's the first stop we're stopping at?
Romeo Papa Uniform Sierra.
Okay, I don't have that. That's why.
Okay, and that's San Fernando.
Okay.
And that's a bearing of 348 from here, about 84 more miles.
I thought it was Liaug.
No, that's our final. That's our final.
No, Liaug isn't. But yeah, it is our final. Yeah.
I was pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
My GTN 750, I'm not finding it very reliable. It's been putting, when I have more than a handful of legs, it's been putting in an extra leg, and it has me going back and forth on one leg and doing it a second time type thing. And I don't know why it's happening, but that's just when I load it in, it looks good in the world map, but all of a sudden when I get into the helicopter GTN 750 reports anomalies that won't remove. I try to remove the leg and it won't remove. So there's an issue with GTN 750.
Yeah, my thing is all mixed up because I had RPLV, which is Fort Nagasase, and I had PUB.
I don't have RPLV. Lima Victor, you said?
Yeah. You don't have that? Okay, I could see. I can't read that map you put out because it's got too much stuff covering it.
I realize that, and that's why Chris and I discussed, and I've been putting on the flight sim calendar. If you look on the flight sim calendar for the Xbox users, there is a separated flight plan by iCal, and you can go by that. That's for the console players and anybody that wants to have a simple flight plan, straight, doesn't include waypoints and stuff.
Did you say players then? I'm sure I heard.
Oh my! Now we're gonna. Oh, come on, man! Come on! Are you trying to start a fight, Chris? No, I do not.
You're always trying to get him killed.
Hey, well, you were helping the other day, though. So don't point your finger at me when you got 5 fingers pointed back at yourself when you're pointing at me.
Just trying to wash my hands off this.
You can't do it. You can't do it. Everybody heard it. Everybody heard it. See, that's the problem with successful streams. When we end up having one whole thing, we got out of Sunday's flight, we got 106. Now it's 116, but we had 106 viewers, I want to say. I'm pretty sure that was right. Within 3 hours of cutting Sunday's flight. Within 3 hours of it shutting down and going not live, becoming a recording, people watched it 106 times in total. Within the first 3 hours, it was beautiful.
Wait
That's
for
nice.
the Sunday one on Florida. That'll be a belter, that Florida one.
I think it will. I'm gonna go ahead and put the. I haven't figured out a disclaimer that I can put on these, because Flight SimTO very clearly verifies, and a lot of the vendors,
See them
a
do
lot,
that with
a lot of the developers actually
see them
quit.
do that with the flower.
Huh? A lot of the developers ended up leaving FlightSim.to because they got very specific, and all of a sudden now they take your credibility away, and basically put a red note on your compatibility with the last update. So unless you go in and take the trouble to clarify that it is compatible, they have a red line on your a red flag on it.
Knee high.
Knee high?
Like knee high nylons.
Knee high 9 month?
No.
Stockings.
Knee high 9 month stocking. Oh, I thought you were speaking Chinese, Matt.
Yeah. Some girls wear they come up to their knee. They come up to your knee or a little bit,
That's common. That's a common fashion in China, though, right? A lot of the girls do that with mini skirts and such, right? In China.
Yeah.
So let me call out everybody on Twitch. Bozeta Boy, appreciate the viewing time for sure. J Bob, welcome. He was my very first subscriber to the Twitch server. Another TT viewer, Twitch TV viewer. I appreciate his support. Dwarf and Egg Official. Everybody go and support his stream. He's getting bigger every day. Capo Stick, appreciate you viewing the Twitch stream.
Wow, what a day.
Caxips, I think she's a bot. Wish she'd say something sometime. Redeem to do a flip. I can do that. Uh-oh, look out. Been challenged for a flip. I can do that. All I got to do to get a flip, is shut off my AFCS, which is the control.
How's it going, Chris?
He's trying to get me killed. Yeah, I bet him and Bozeta have been conspiring. If I could only hit this, there we go.
Chris, are you trying to kill him?
Chris, you trying to kill me? You're conspiring with. You've been conspiring with Bozeta Boy, right?
Bozeta, if you don't say a word, they can't do you for it.
Yep. Put you right out there. That's okay, because I know how to do this.
Iceman, you have no proof.
No proof. It won't even go into realistic. It won't even go into realistic mode. Yeah, well. All right. So I've come below the threshold, and I got to go back up to the threshold and do a flip. He says, I can still do that. All I got to do, look out now. You're underneath me. Watch this. I do a flip right in front of you. That's what you're gonna get. Do a flip, he says. There's your flip, Bozeta Boy.
Flip mode, baby.
There's your flip, my friend. Ho!
Beautiful.
Wasn't that sweet? Do a flip.
That was good.
That was my first redeemed flip Appreciate it. Let's see. It didn't even show up on. That's interesting. Because I'm watching this on Twitch TV on my big screen. And, alright, the nabs are taking me back over there, so I gotta do something about that. Let's see. Let's do that. So my laptop is receiving the updates quicker than Twitch TV. It's like there's a delay on Twitch TV. But it's got all my overlays and everything showing, so I had to do a buffer. See, I should be back on. There's Capo Stick and Lowlandsea. Is that how you pronounce it back there in the A20? A20? I bet he's not with us. Rafferty. Seltenreich in the DH6. DHC6. What's that designation, Chris?
It's a Twin Otter, that, I think.
Twin Otter? Wow, okay. I wouldn't have guessed that. Wouldn't have guessed that. Truck mat flying right alongside over there. And Clifford. Can't say enough about the luxury version with the floats and ICE333 World Tour logo right there on the side. Ain't that sweet? Well, that 2 didn't show up real good, though.
Do a monthly change of livery if you want.
What?
We could do a monthly change of livery if you want.
Well, I'd let you play with all of them you want to, Clifford, just because they're so beautiful, and I'm so honored by even having them. I appreciate it. The bucket was a perfect touch. I think it'll make a great addition to the logo if we wanted to put it on the logo, but it'll look good, you know, like I said, as part of the logo on the wallpaper, at the very least. You've done a great job. Done a great job with them. And again, anybody listening or viewing, as far as my very first Iceman 333 livery, Iceman livery from Zach B. was a great honor. Really got the ball rolling about me even talking about liveries. I hadn't even considered having one made for my aircrafts. Helicopters. Willy birds, is that what you say, you Brits?
No, we just say helicopters.
Helicopter. Just messing. So I don't know.
How far are we from the first stop?
I'm 54 nautical miles out.
I've got 58.
And what are the call letters on that?
Romeo Papa Uniform Sierra. Anybody wants to spawn in and fly with us? All right, Cappy Stick followed on the stream. Appreciate that, for real. That number's building every week. And I won't hesitate to follow you back if you ever do any streaming. That way I can get notified right away that you've gone live, and especially when you're streaming, I want to support. The streaming community's been really, really as kind and helpful, really, as everybody in the community, even just the pilots, the input, that I get just flying with other people. It's great. So, what is the mountain ridge we've got over here, Clifford? To the right.
To the right, there's one city in right of RPUS. There is a airport there called the RPUB. This is one of the most beautiful cities here in the Philippines. If you want, you can land there as well. It's called Baguio City.
Bagu.
Yeah, Baguio City. It reads Baguio City, but it pronounced very different.
Well, I think you
it's
and I have discussed maybe a Philippines trip in the future on a Sunday. And how about you and I get together sometime? If you see me online, just ring me my phone, and we'll have a little talk about how we could do a Sunday flight that includes other airports, because the mapping has already been done for this portion of the world tour. It's been posted on the calendar, and I get a lot of new pilots off of that calendar. So I don't want to disrupt that right now, I don't think. But how about you and I get together sometime concerning that, and we'll just, maybe you give me a flight plan with important spots, and you can fly along and tell us what everything is.
Yeah, that would be nice, sir. That would be nice.
Well, let's plan on that, and we'll just do a trip back to the Philippines sometime soon. How about that? Because we're going to do the world tour for about a half a year, and we're only on the 40th, 44th flight, so we've got quite a ways to go. I can't wait to see America.
I will try to join as much as I can. Hopefully, it will not.
Yeah, well, if you fly around the area a lot yourself, you know where things are, and just do some waypoints, and maybe give me some pointers as to what else we might do in the area. About 150 to 200 miles for anything that people are going to want to go slow and look at is usually right. We can run 200, 250, but they tend to be quick flights that we really don't stop and look at things.
Yeah, we could do that next time. We are
sometime.
then,
Yeah, not next time. We've got a flight next week. We're going to we're going to Tampa. We're going to Tampa by way of the Space Center and Daytona to begin with. Daytona Raceway's just right next to the airport, so we'll want to linger there a bit. And some of the pilots in the helicopters like to fly the racetrack. We did that yesterday on one of the flights. Well, I'm looking at 114 across the ground. Do I need to speed up? You guys are getting ahead of me.
I'm doing 141 true airspeed.
Well, you just need to turn around, but that I never say that to you. You get way ahead. You get way ahead sometimes. Every now and again, you turn around and fly around people, but usually you're way up ahead of us.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're always up there, you and Lo. That's okay. I like it
Actually,
back here because I get great inside screenshots. I'm one of those pilots. I don't really like to go outside a lot. It's good for the stream. People enjoy seeing it, but it's not as good for the piloting.
Yeah, I've got a G1000 now, Bo Sader. I can even tell you what my true airspeed is.
All right.
Yeah, how's that
Did you
new
know
plane
electricity?
doing? I see you're flying in 182.
Yeah, 182 turbo, and it's just got up 1,000 feet a minute all the way up to 20,000, so I was quite happy with that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's got the G1000, but it's kind of weird because it's got the Cat 140 as well. You know, the autopilot,
Oh.
and they kind of speak to each other.
That just doesn't do anything. It should have been the right one, and it's not. I know that one ain't it.
Is that a volcano up there?
I'm not real sure if there's a volcano right here. Clifford?
Not in this part
Okay.
that I've known of. Just the one we passed through the last time in Taal, that one in the lake.
I remember
That's the
seeing that.
volcano.
When you said that, I went the other day. When you said that, I went to the little nav map and looked at it. That looked kind of neat. We'll have to include that on your Philippines flight when we do that, because that was a spot we want to look at. Looked like on the map anyway.
That mountain high peak that you see just ahead of us, that's the city I was talking about, Baguio City. The highest city in the Philippines.
I
Especially
see.
during the whole year, the temperature there's very nice. Doesn't go as much as around 30 degrees centigrade. Not not do not go up at those temperatures. It's very cold all throughout the year.
What's the elevation over this way?
Should be 13 feet.
What's that?
13 feet.
13,000?
13. You're talking about
mean-
the runway?
The mountain, ah,
We
No, I'm talking-
shouldn't need more than about 13,000 to get over any of the hills on the flight plan.
Okay.
Oh, I was talking about the airport.
Yes,
No.
it is 13 feet though. Yeah, I think 1,300 is about all we'll need for the hills.
Okay. I'm up around 5,000 anyways.
Yeah, you'll make it. You'll make it. I do like that wallpaper on this heli though. I like the first version, but I think if we move that up, that will just be perfect. One up, one down, right underneath the clock, underneath the wing when you move it up. Should be perfect.
You mean that bucket on the left?
The bucket on the wallpaper.
Yeah, the bucket should be on the.
Just put it underneath the eagle's wing on the right of the wallpaper, because you've got a little more room underneath that wing than you do in the one on the left. And I don't think it'll interfere with the time and date, but just move it up to where the blue background doesn't interfere with the icons, and make sure that the hype goes up with it.
Yeah, just a little bit. The hype logo just up.
Yes, above the icons.
Yeah, it's okay. I can do that.
That's perfect. That would just make this absolutely on top. I like it the way it is. I guess no complaints. No complaints. So happy.
If you have most of the requests that I get, I usually make screenshots before doing some final copy of it. So
right. Well, that's
better that way.
Right. That's where the input comes, because I had a certain idea of what I wanted to see, and you got that perfect, and the label on top of the bucket saying Ice Bucket worked out perfect, because that's what we call the flight that we're doing right now on Twitch. Is I say welcome to the Ice Bucket.
I tried to put the bucket alone without the splash on the background, but it doesn't look that good. It's not visible if you don't put any backgrounds in it. So I think the splatters.
The splatters looks fine. Yeah, I had to think about it, because that's the first thing that you see is what is all that. But it works fine. I'm not at all unhappy with that. Dave Rendon, welcome. Dave wasn't well for a long time. Let me shout Dave out. Enjoy a short clip from one of Dave's Twitch streams. Appreciate you stopping in, Dave. It was a great relief to me to hear that you were better, Dave. That's a terrible situation the world's going through medically, and it's scary. And I know you weren't real well for a little while, so you were in our thoughts frequently. It's great to see you well. Or getting better anyway. Home and getting better. Yeah. You're still there. I understand that too. We had a woman right here in the neighborhood that I don't really associate with the women, but around here, but they're nice ladies. I'm in public housing, and they're black, and obviously I'm white, so but that has never come into the conversations. And I just found out that one of the gals across from me had passed from COVID, so I know how scary it is. And fortunately, it hasn't been real close to me and my immediate family or anything, so at least not too drastically. So it was good to see you. Good to see you recovering. That's all I'm saying. DB Bowman joining the flight sim hotspot. I probably talked all over you. I didn't even see it pop up there. Did it work? Let's see. Who else do we have that's a streamer here? Bet I haven't shouted out. I bet I haven't shouted out J Bob. And enjoy a short clip from one of J Bob's recent streams. Don't think it's working. I think that's the second one that I have not seen come up. Maybe I just don't have it in the right spot. Let's see. Should be an alert. Alerts are on. Shout out Guru is on. And it's above everything else, so it had no reason not to be right there. I'll have to work on that. Sorry. My background's not very... Don't know anything about helicopters, but is that all Garmin? It's actually GTN 750 on the... it's a product from PMS 50. And that's the main usable guidance systems in the H145. Dave, if you haven't got the H145, you like to experiment with helicopters. They make a freeware H135 that you can download that doesn't cost you a dime. Just see how you like flying helicopters. They're pretty stable helicopters. They do have a guidance system built in. That's what these 4 buttons are. When they're lit, you have absolutely the only control on the aircraft, but when they're out and they're actually on, these assist the autopilot in a fashion that stabilizes the aircraft. Makes it very easy to fly. You have the 135. Great. Yeah, it's GTN 750. It's all tied in. If you're talking about the upper navigationals on the main screen, on the main MFDs, I'm not sure exactly the mapping systems that he uses for it in the 145, but I highly recommend it if you haven't got the 145 yet. Do you have the 145, David? Oh yeah. I just hit the CRHT and tell it how high I want to go, and then I come down to the vertical slope, which is this one here, and give it a little extra push, and I climb just fine. Now the PMS 50 is the PMS 50 GTN 750 is freeware. You can purchase the premium, which I have, and it just adds a little navgraph elements to it, so I can pull up charts for immediate airports and such through Navigraph. But that's the only reason to pay for the premium version of the GTN 750. But it is the only way you can control navs on the H145, so you gotta have it. I mean, it's black screens. These are black screens if you don't have the GTN 750 to navigate. And they entirely tie into the navigational systems for the FMS. Right. So Dave, is my voice coming across loud and clear, or am I a little too soft, or tell me about what you hear? Because I have it over here and I've got it turned down a little bit. Yeah, okay. It was overdriving a little bit high, and I didn't like it. I don't like the way that background works on my camera either. I'm gonna kick that out tonight. That can go bye-bye. I do like that new banner, though. That's pretty. You'll have to give your approval on that, or disapproval, Chris. View the first few minutes of this at least, and you'll see the banner overlay that I put on it. I think it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I was watching one last night you did on Innsbruck.
Then you probably saw it. Did you see the gold overlay, or did I have another one on?
No, but you were listening to some decent music as well. One was called Luke.
One was called what?
You had one, it said something about Lukla, although I didn't recognise Lukla in the video.
Well, Lukla would have been the first stop, because, we had that, that was the flight I was doing the other day. Yeah. And I don't think how long was the video?
That one was only about 15 minutes.
15 minutes, right. That was just the landing into Lukla.
Yeah, but watch your Innsbruck one with the sunrise.
Yeah, I think you and I are the only ones that tune into the viewing on the YouTube. It has ended up with 8 subscribers somehow, is what it says, but I'm not sure who they are. Of course, they don't give me that information. They tell me where they're from, where those viewers are, but they could be anybody. So we're coming into our first airport, about 10 miles, a little less. Romeo Papa Uniform Sierra. If anyone wants to spawn in, now's the time. Got a few flyers, frequent flyers and such, along with us today. Rafferty, haven't seen that name before, appreciate it. Mad Mac, it is Mad Max, okay, so I can say that, Clifford. So is it Clifford or Max?
It's Clifford.
How do you...
Max is my son's name.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So that's Clifford, the author of this wonderful livery I'm flying today. And then, of course, Capoose Stick back there has joined us today. He's a frequent flyer. Chris, Bozeta Boy, Truck Matt, and Rafferty in front, landing at our Romeo Papa Uniform Sierra. Ah, man. How could I do it? Can I do it? There's a bridge. I don't want to miss the bridge, do I? Oh no, there's two of them. No, maybe that's just an anomaly. I'm not going to be able to hit that bridge. I'd end up crashing. And I still haven't programmed my joystick proper. Got her now, though. Yes, sir. A little bit of a stutter at 30 frames. I don't understand that, how I get stutter at a steady 30 frame. Truck Matt, man, that hurts when you do that.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on. It just,
What happened? Your trim go wacky on you again?
yeah,
Really?
I took it out of autopilot and it went nuts.
And you have trouble with that. See, the thing is, when you go into autopilot and it saves your attitude, your ATT, it holds whatever. If you're in a bank, that's what it wants to do. So you got to have straight and level trimmed out before you hit that ATT. Otherwise, when you come back into it, it'll do that to you. If you shut the autopilot off flat like that, it just wants to go back to where you set the ATT. Am I wrong about that? Somebody confirm or kick me in the butt.
I wasn't listening. What did you say?
Well, he's saying when he shut the autopilot off, I'm thinking maybe he was in a bank or something when he kicked it on, and it recorded the ATT, the attitude of the aircraft at that time. So it assumed that's center on your joystick. So when he shut it off flat, it went back to that center.
No, it should be whatever attitude you're in at the time of disconnection, I think.
A disconnect? Because if you just hit Z, it should take your altitude, speed, and everything just right now and hold your attitude. If you're in a bank, that's what it records. And then you change by not activating that yet, but it still recorded it. So when he hit autopilot again, it went back to that. At least that's the way I thought I understood it. Maybe I understand it wrong. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful Clifford. No doubt. Looks nice. Clifford made a military version and a luxury version. Actually, two military versions, I think. No. Anyway, so it's a complete package. I wanted to ask you, do you have a way of uploading that to, I know you do, to the flightsim.to? Clifford?
Yeah, I can do that. Actually, some of the guys who requested liveries for me before requested also already to upload it on flightsim.to. So if you can check my profile there, there's a lot of request livery there.
Roger.
So I can do that, no problem.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, put that out so everybody can enjoy it, or at least see me in it when I'm flying it.
I would link your page, your Twitch as well. So
Great.
someone is
Yeah.
then I,
Oh, that'd be awesome. You can put
uh,
my YouTube channel on it, or Twitch, or anything that
uh,
you feel like is appropriate. Absolutely, that's great. I'll take all the advertisement I can get. That's what having my own livery is all about, anyway. That's
yeah, it's glad to be of help, man. I'm enjoying my flight with you guys as well. So
all right. So we are gonna take a little break here. Yes. Take a little
Sure.
take 5 so everybody can get some
Fresh air.
fresh air and the like. Refresh your
Anybody out there?
RPLI, I think, Matt.
Okay. Okay, what's the code for the next stop? Is that the last stop? Okay, that's Loag.
Everybody have fuel?
I'm all fueled up.
Was it a boy? You done with the fuel island here, sir?
I fuel already.
Roger that.
Good evening.
Good evening. Did you
Hello.
come ready to fly?
What kind of a flight is?
On Wednesday and Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern, we fly the world tour, and we're flying 75,000 miles total over the next half a year or so. We are in the Philippines flying the last leg of today's flight. which is the 44th leg of the World Tour in the H145. But we do have 172s, Bonanzas, all kinds of aircraft fly with us. Come and fly. You're welcome.
Yeah, okay, sure, will. Just give me closest airfield.
We are at Romeo Papa Lima Ike.
Mike.
No, Idaho. I'm sorry. Romeo Papa Lima Idaho.
India.
India. Very good. That's the one Zulu I always messed up. I always say Ike, but you're right. That sounds too much like Mike.
Same with me. I always want to say zebra instead of Zulu.
Roger.
Okay, Laualag International. And flying daytime, real weather. It doesn't matter really. Okay. Okay, it said something. Cessna like 172. Okay, no water landings, just bush landing runways.
Yes, we're only running over the water from the island here, I think. Or no, we're flying the island. Yeah, we're still flying the island.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's load up.
Osada.
Yep.
Quick question on the Cessna longitude.
Yeah.
Okay. On the, I think is it the G5000? I think, or is it G3000 it uses? On the
I
G,
can't remember.
yeah, the G3000. Is there any way that you know that you can change altitude units to hectopascals?
That's one riddle I have no question. I haven't found that myself either.
Right. Okay. I think it might just be the default G3000 is not very good. That's all. Then.
Yeah, you might want to check the forums if they have anything about that.
I tell you what, I did have to check the forums on the auto throttle.
Okay. Yeah, that's one sneaky place to put it.
Well, I came into Kerry in Ireland yesterday, and I thought I disconnected it, but I hadn't.
Oh yeah, that has happened to me. It ruins your landing.
Yeah, there was a number they gave me to call.
No way, not you.
What are you doing, Loster?
Trying to get those flight hours up, so I'm circling.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I've been doing the virtual airline thing.
Yeah, and I spoke to you on Sunday. You said you had a bit of an issue with the A cars, so you had to put a manual PIREP in.
Yeah, I got that fixed. I use they have a black box system that they put in, and I use that now.
So all good, all working.
Yep, I like the black box better. It works better.
Nice. Where are you going later then?
That's in the Delta Airlines. They have a whole bunch of downloads you can get right off their system.
Yeah, I just wondered where you were flying later. Are you going anywhere?
Oh, later, I don't know. Probably gonna fly into the bedroom.
Nice.
I thought you were married.
I am. She's already in there.
Okay, so now I'm going too slow. Come on. You know how to do this easier than that. That's a more respectable speed. What do we need? About 120 knots? Uh-oh, do I see some lightning off in the distance?
I've not seen any yet, but there could be.
I'm not sure what my weather is. I thought I had live weather on. I did not.
Hey, Mr. Iceman, mind
Yeah.
if I ask you a question?
Certainly.
This crest that you're using, is this your own?
The livery.
No, the kind of a family crest that you're using as your
As my icon.
yeah.
Yes, that is my family crest.
Cool. I like him. I made a couple of them myself. I'm into that things.
Cool. Yeah, I am too. Heritage is a big topic with me. I had an aunt. I had an aunt that it was real important to, and she has passed, but she left the information on our family with me, and I took that pretty seriously when she did. So I've made sure that I put that out there. Yes.
It's a nice thing to know. Where do we come from? I also did my family tree while my elders were alive to tell me.
Right.
So my father and my mother, they passed in the last 2 and 4 years respectively. But aunts, grandmas, another thing. I have around 260 people, both deep and wide, if you know how the tree is dividing. So
I do.
some 7 generations maybe.
I do. I have a. That was one of the things that my aunt gave me was a picture type tree, which is nothing more than everybody's names on that style of a drawing. You know, it's not really a tree, but they sketched it out along the names, and they look like branches, every one of them. It's kind of neat to see.
Yeah, beautiful. Respect for that, man. And where do you originally
Germany.
hail from?
Germany.
Germany.
From the Rhine. From it starts with a W, and it's wine something. And I can't ever remember what it is.
Well, No, it probably is not that, but it sounds like area where famous bird dogs came. It's Weimaraner or something like that.
No,
But it's probably not that. Yeah.
no. I'd have to get you accurate information. I would have to look it up. But there is a Hilbish Facebook site that our one of my cousins runs, and it can give you all of the background. We actually, when America was being opened up and explored for the first times in history from the white man, from the Anglo-Saxon, we went through Oklahoma and ended up in as far as California. But we actually developed a lot of the Oklahoma and Kansas territories in the U.S. many years ago, of course.
Oh, so that's the area where you reside now?
Yes, that's where the German family actually came from. A woman with the last name Holpusch, with two dots above the U and an L, and they renamed it when they came to America and called themselves Hollowbush and Hillbish, and I come from the Hillbish.
Oh, cool. Well,
Two brothers got on the ship. Two brothers in about 1742, I think it was, and traveled to America. The German army had come into their family and insisted that the Lutheran grand ancestor of mine convert to Catholicism, or he would be beheaded. And the story goes, the next day the German army came in and beheaded that patriarch.
Well, it's always a bad thing to hear about that, people dying in the name of faith.
Well, that caused the family, to be upset, and that's why the mother sent the two brothers to get on the ship, two brothers, and sail to America.
Yeah, so I know that I since I'm from Serbia. I'm from
Serbia. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So you're an Israelite also, probably.
Yeah, we all. In the end, it's all from the.
It all comes out in the wash.
Abraham Stone,
Right. It all comes out in the wash. Everybody, that denies Abraham doesn't realize they have to, basically go through Abraham to be here.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to turn this into a religious forum or something, but
no. I'm talking clans and historical family.
That specific event mentioned in Bible is a foundation of Christian faith, sacrifice, and ultimate sacrifice. But okay, let's.
Right. No, I didn't. Yeah. I that isn't where I was going.
Okay, I'm looking for you. Which server are you riding on?
We're on Southeast Asia.
Always Southeast Asia with you, Americans.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. They are asleep while we are flying, so it brings the best average ping for everybody.
Okay,
I know
cool.
It's high for you. It's high for me also.
I don't mind. I have a not so good PC for this, but it's much better than the last time we were together in France. I think I appeared with this strange octocopter from Asobo.
Oh yes, I do remember. I do remember. Sure do.
It was the strangest thing to fly, man. It doesn't move at all. It moves like 40 knots at top speed. Okay, I'm making circle around this Lawawawa, whatever its name, Romeo something. Oh, there you are. There you are. Okay. Just like to fire up Rex weather. Let's see how frames will it take. How many frames? But it does really good job. Apart from that, it sometimes take 10 to 12, 20 frames. And you were using this Rex weather thing?
I do have Rex weather. I don't use it a whole lot. I'm not. I didn't. I'm not running it right now because I'm streaming and it's hard to. It destabilizes things if I run too many things.
So you're streaming on Twitch, on YouTube?
I am streaming on Twitch. I transfer my videos over to YouTube after we have flown.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm
yes.
still learning my ropes around that.
Are you learning how to become a streamer? Is that what you're saying, or?
Yeah, I'm learning all this. Listen, man, I'm 50. I'm from the age of 2004 flight sim FSX.
Sure.
And but I stream with NVIDIA card. This thing, how they call it?
NVIDIA brought.
Freestyle?
Yep, freestyle. I'm aware of it. I don't use it, but I use OBS because I'm streaming to Twitch, and sometimes I stream both Twitch and YouTube live, but there's not a great big audience on my YouTube, so I don't do that all the time.
Yeah. Well, I did use OBS and I made some scenes and logo and everything, but in the end, it's too heavy on my processor because I don't have powerful computer to do that.
That was my problem. I actually had to move I have a laptop, and I actually had to move the streaming to the laptop and purchase a game card, a video capture card to go between them. And that way I don't use the processor on my gaming computer to stream with. And it has worked out very well for me.
To be honest, I did it last time. I did it on iMac, but I installed Windows with Mac, and it's better processor. It was good for streaming, but bad for frame rates. Now I'm on separate computer. I might doing that again. I don't know. I right now enjoy flying.
That's right. Let's fly.
Yeah.
So Clifford, you know more about this city we're coming up on.
Yep. I think one of the most important facts about this city. This is where, if you remember this, our late president during the 80s, Ferdinand Marcos.
Yes.
This is his province. This is Lawag City.
It's where he was from.
Yes, sir.
He's fled the country, right?
Yeah, during the 80s, there was a
Where did he go?
I think in Hawaii. He died in Hawaii, but now his youngest son is running for president, and it looks to be going to win the presidency.
Okay, that is what I heard. I thought there was something more current than that I had heard. So I was mixing up him with his son.
Yeah, because his son is a Ferdinand as well. His name is Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
Right.
So same name.
I see.
That's what's this Lawag City is famous for, I think.
Okay, it seems you're a bit too far away from me, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit.
We don't tell anybody.
Yeah, and I don't stream. This Cessna going supersonic. Okay, I think I'm catching up on you guys.
Actually, that's our destination. That airport you just take off from. That's our destination, Lawag City.
That's what I was thinking, is that he said he was coming from that airport.
Yep, and now I'll circle and join you, and we go there together.
And we fly that. We've had several people do that, especially on the last leg. They get twice as much flight that way.
Yep. Well, I installed many new things. I would like to check them out. I've installed, I'm using my old iPhone as web camera because I have web camera, but Windows 10 doesn't recognize it anymore.
So you use it for tracking?
Yep.
For head tracking?
Yes.
I just started that, and I'm not flying it now again because I'm streaming and I'm not real familiar with it. It has, I widened the scope so that I can turn a little bit and actually see behind me, but it's moving too fast.
Oh, you can set it up.
I'm still tweaking. I'm still working on the setup. That's what I'm saying. It's been difficult.
Which application are you using for that?
Boy, I forget what it's called now. I have to open it up to tell you.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm using. Maybe that's the same. I'm using FaceTrack No IR.
This is OpenTrack.
Ah, okay. Well, if you are able to watch my stream.
Not right now. Yeah.
Okay, then later, because it does come for me streaming with the frame rate cost.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I try not to do anything that might disrupt the and I just keep doing it.
Okay.
Trying to set my mouse is not hitting the right spots on my console, and it's been very difficult to turn things on. I'm trying to adjust my speed and I'm just not getting it.
Time for VR, man.
No.
Put on them gloves and them helmets.
No.
And you immerse yourself. Was it someone flying helicopter with us? 145?
Almost everybody. No.
Why didn't you? Oh, you were too. Oh, I could do that. I have 135, but it doesn't matter. Maybe I have 145. I don't know. Okay, so I better punch it.
Not sure what you're asking about, Capistick. I changed my pointer last night. I wasn't aware you were in that flight, but that's the only thing I can think of you might be referring to. It says, did I set my mouse profile back to default? Has it changed? Did SU8 do something, or 7 do something about to that? Capistick, you're not in Discord, right? Check my Discord now. He's been in here before, but let's see. Game is stuck in the stream. It sure is. It sure is. I see that, Bozeta. Thank you. and there's only one thing I can do about